What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cook, Eat, Repeat. I'm your host, Chef Nathan Lippy, and CJ, can you zoom in on that? Get a good beauty shot of that, as we say in the industry. Now, I want you to say it.
Okay.
Does that just mean? Just
Sambal leek?
basically, we're talking sriracha.
Oh, okay.
Ish.
Okay.
Chili paste-ish.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. Sambal olek is essentially like a... Think of like a handcrafted sriracha is the best way I could describe it. It's loaded with flavor. It's got some heat. It's got a ton of beautiful loveliness. Any other words I say too many times I can say over and over and over again?
I don't think so. I think you covered them all.
Well, get ready to live because this one is beautiful. Today we're going to make some little beautiful beef skewers with a little salad. We're using this sambal olek. It is fantastic. Shall we?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Monfrere, we shall.
It's Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We can still say that, right?
Merry Christmas in
I'll say it until
February.
March.
Oh, March?
I'll say it until August.
Well, let's just
I'm
keep
just
it
gonna
going.
It's for next year, actually. It's
Okay.
First thing we need to do is get to our skirt steak. Now today I've got some inside skirt. Now generally if you get the whole thing, so it's like this, it's almost like a tail. It's really long tail. It's a very inexpensive cut and it actually is loaded with flavor if you know how to cut it and cook it right.
I prefer we not call it a tail.
Okay. I noticed the dog. It's got no tail.
Jay, I noticed. Your dog was in here a moment ago. That dog had no tail.
Do you remember that sketch?
Your dog, it's got no tail.
Who was that? Was it Jay Moore talking about his interaction with Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken.
I noticed your dog. He's got no tail. Can't tell if he's happy, if he's sad. So typically we talk about cutting against the grain. Can you see how these grains go long ways this way? Which means if I'm cutting with the grain, if you already know this, just fast forward. If you don't, hang around. If I'm cutting the same direction as the grain with a cut like flank steak or skirt steak, we're gonna get a very chewy consistency. So this part is very, very key. So we're gonna do this, buddy.
Okay.
We're gonna take sections about, let's do half of that. Cutting with the grain here, fret not, because this time we're gonna cut this in half against the grain.
Oh, good. I was starting to fret.
I know, I could see your frettedness. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna skewer this later, but you can see all these individual layers. Think about it as you're eating, right? Just think about it scientifically. As I pull pieces off, as I take a bite, it's gonna come apart really nicely. So I'm gonna toss this back in my action over here.
Oh.
And we'll do this again.
Okay.
Nice long pieces, because we're gonna skewer these and make them look lovely.
Well, let's do a super cut through the
Supercut?
through the skewering or through the cutting.
Cutting.
I'll put a soldering iron in your neck.
Yeah, talking to my guy all wrong.
You're talking to me all wrong.
You're talking to me all wrong. It's the wrong tone.
All right, you know what? I'm actually going to bring this back over, and I'm going to make my little marinade right in here.
Well,
now
how
we
convenient.
have. I'm all done with these guys.
Get out of here, guys.
Get out of here! So I've got my beautiful sambal olek.
I got the first word right,
You did.
and I said oleek.
Can you see in there, buddy? If I pull some up.
Oh yeah, I see.
It is stunning. It's like a chili paste. It's got a lot of dynamic flavor. We're gonna go right down into that bowl we had our raw meat in. Let's add a good little bit more. Now essentially we're making a bit of a marinade and a sauce at the same time. So we're gonna go down with a bit of soy, just for some salty, savory action.
When you're done with this, I have a question for you. A good question.
Are you sure it's a good one? And a bit of honey. This is important for color later, and some sweetness. All right, let's give this a mix. We're gonna mix all that together.
Okay, can I ask my question now?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So you said a marinade, but also a sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be in raw meat.
This is, okay, so the difference between a sauce and a marinade, you want to come up for a second?
Yes, I would love to.
Should we have a moment?
Please.
Let's have a moment break. Here we go. Very simple. The only difference between a sauce and a marinade is, I say the two differences is generally viscosity, thickness, and also how you plan to use it. Like a marinade is typically tossed out.
Sure.
Sauce is typically used at the end or while you're cooking.
Right.
So this is going to kind of do both. So it's not really definitively either one. It's kind of both because we're doing a quick marinade. If you wanted to let this sit for a couple hours, you could, but we're only going to sit for a couple of minutes. So it's marinating for about 15 minutes. Then as it cooks and reduces and caramelizes onto the meat, it's becoming a bit of a sauce or a glaze.
Okay, but we're not using the extra stuff that was in...
Definitely no.
Okay.
Oh, can you smell that?
Yeah, buddy.
It's so, so good. All right, get everything nice and coated. We're gonna let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes or so. All right, beautiful. Let me grab my gloves. All right, we are gloved up. All right, now let's take these, now that they're nice and coated with all that beautiful sauce, let's go ahead and take up some wooden skewers. We're gonna take those pieces and kind of make like a little ribbon. So we're gonna go in one side, kind of give it a crimp, and one side, and a crimp, and one side. And these are really fun if you guys are throwing a party, having some people over. These are really great past hors d'oeuvres. See how lovely? Oh, I didn't grab enough skewers. You know what? I'm okay with that.
Because you don't want to make a walk of shame?
No, I didn't say anything about a walk of shame.
You
You brought up the walk of shame.
Oh, we are neck and neck, guy.
No, we're not. That's not accurate. All right, now since I was using my gloves on here, some of that beautiful sauce has come off, so what you can do, just give it one of these. Get that on there. That's where all the flavor is, so don't be afraid to go heavy on it. Now I've got my air fryer set, what am I on? Medium low. Let's crank that up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, you see this one right here, buddy? Needs a little love.
Do a little dance.
Make a little love. Somebody like. Now this next part's gonna go really quick on my salad, so I'm gonna go ahead and cruise here. We're gonna do some oil here, buddy. We're gonna do a considerable amount of oil. We want a lot of connectivity with that heat. So here we go. We're gonna go right down with our skewers. Let's go on the bold side. Oh, it's gonna splash up on your camera there, guy.
I'm gonna back up.
And let's talk about salad, shall we? Very simple Asian style vinaigrette. I've got a bit of sesame oil. Now you don't need much.
Ooh, I've made the mistake before of using too much sesame oil.
Yeah, just a touch of sesame oil. We're gonna add some rice vinegar. That looks good. We're gonna add just a touch of honey. Lovely. We're gonna add some of that sambal elect. Not much because it's in our sauce. Just a little bit for some body. And let's do a little lime juice, shall we?
Okay.
Now there's not a ton of oil in this, but that's okay because like CJ's vocal inflection insinuated, sesame will sneak up on you, so if you're using pure sesame oil, go easy. Take her easy. He's out there, taking her easy for all of us.
It's good knowing he's out there, the dude, taking her easy for all us sinners.
Let's flip him over. You see that beautiful caramelization?
Yeah, buddy.
Now this is twofold. This is because of the heat. We had it nice and screaming hot, but also because we had some of that honey in there, so we're getting that beautiful color. Oh yeah, those are stunning. Those are good looking. All right, we got about 60 seconds left. You ready to finish this?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna take a little bit of fresh cilantro. We're just pulling some leaves right down into our vinaigrette.
No cutting.
No cutting. We're going nice and loose. Leave the stems and everything. It's got tons of flavor and beautiful.
This is
beautiful
madness.
crunch. This is madness. I'm gonna take a red jalapeno, nice thin slices.
Or jalapeno.
That's what I said.
I'm setting booty traps. Booby traps. That's what I said. I'm setting booby traps.
Obviously, this is a spicy one if you haven't guessed already.
Yeah.
That is okay. I'm gonna take some green onion. Oh, you smell that? That honey?
Are you kidding me?
Caramelizing.
I'm dancing in the aroma.
Fun little trick here. We're gonna go on a heavy bias. So we're not making little rings. We're gonna go on a heavy bias and do some nice long strokes on our green onion. This is 100% only for presentation. It will not affect the flavor. I'll take all of this into our bowl. Lovely. And last thing I want to do here is I've got some spring greens. These are basically just 5-6 different kinds of greens that we have in there. My tongs. Here's a nice little toss here. A light toss. I'm going to coat all of those ingredients. Get everything glossy and shiny. And we're done. Basic, simple, easy.
Very easy. Very basic. Very simple.
Little, yellow,
Different.
Ah, new print. Little, yellow, different.
All right, for this I like to do a white plate, mostly because it just really has a fantastic contrast. So when someone comes to see this plate sitting in front of them and they're left with this beautiful contrasty look, it just is very appealing to the eyes. Just like that. Now let's look over here. I feel like you're a medium rare kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
Beauty. All right, let's go with, we'll do the big ones. We'll do the big ones on the bottom. Now we're gonna go just offset. Like that. You can stay there if you want.
I'm gonna hang out right here.
Number 2. Let's do a number 3 right on the top. I mean, you really could go there. I've got some extras. What should we do with these?
Save them for eating.
We're gonna do one more because this one's really pretty. So we're gonna take that little bit of leftover dressing. See that liquid we have in there?
I see that, buddy.
Beautiful, bright, and acidic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right over the top here. Just a bit. Let it kind of sit in there. That, my friend. How easy? Crazy fast.
Gracious.
Crazy easy. Absolutely lovely.
Than's for joining the show. It's
really
Nate
fun
and CJ. We're gonna eat this now. Goodbye.
Actually, let's let it cool off for just a second so we don't burn our faces.
Okay, that too. Ring the bell.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's right over here, guy. Nice spin.
There we go. Easy peasy. Ready to get into this?
Bro, that was so
The
fast.
aromas. The aromas.
Yes, all of that. Just hurry. Just
All right, let's check out this little beautiful guy. Actually, let me hold it up to you. You can see just how glazy, beautiful, and it cooks so fast that we should have.
whoop.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Stay there. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Nice medium rare.
Loaded with flavor. And you saw that piece pulled off pretty easy.
Yeah.
So we're not yanking the whole thing off.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's important to make sure you cut it and skewer it the right way. Dude, it's so good. The honey actually gets a little charred, so we get this beautiful little bitterness. We got some sweetness in there. So the sour is going to have some of that heat and sweet as well. It's really bright. That rice vinegar is really delicate. Now, if you wanted to cut back a little bit, you could add a little bit of sugar. You can get rid of the jalapenos and still have a wonderful thing. But this specific kind of dish, heat's where it's at. You want that heat. You want that lovely, we call it a glow. That glow, because it's not burning you, right? It's just a glow. Like a nice,
My mouth is glowing.
decent,
I got a lot of glow.
little flavor glow from the flavor girth.
It's of the Girth family.
So this is a really, really fun one. I hope you guys love that one. Be sure to check out blackstoneproducts.com for this recipe and a ton more. Be sure to check out CJ's First Cooking Show. It is a ton of fun. Blackstone Betty Show, Todd's Show. But this is Cook, Eat, Repeat. I'm your host, Chef Nathan Lippy. And here, we like to help you become a better cook.
One
Recipe
at a time.
at a time. See you guys in the next video.